Have you been treated worse in the nonprofit sector or the private sector? Because this comment is in response to a video I made about the rampant bullying in nonprofit spaces, which I've talked about multiple times. And this original commenter says, I understand that people say don't ever work for a nonprofit because of the abuse, but we do also need good people in nonprofits too. It's an awful situation. And I agree with this original commenter because that's why I do what I do. That's why I do leadership development and training. That's why I do coaching, because my whole purpose of my business is to get competent and empathetic people in power, because I truly believe we're not ever going to have, certainly not in my lifetime, that businesses don't exist, that people don't need jobs, that there aren't going to be leaders. But we do have to push back on what we have culturally decided is leadership when it is really just psychopathy and greed, both politically and in business. I have no interest in coaching people and telling them to adapt to become more psychopathic and greedy, because it doesn't lead for good business, and it certainly isn't good for society. Where I see my role in that is in helping people understand the unwritten rules of workplaces so that they can recognize them and know how to respond and not fall for traps of these psychopaths, so that they can get high enough in leadership to where they can stop hiring and retaining these psychopaths. Now, it's not going to happen with just one person. It has to be collective, because people who have enough money to have a philanthropy have so much more money and power than the rest of us do, right? But there are so few of them. And that's why learning soft skills and how to collaborate with other people and how to recognize what is a cultural difference, what is sabotage, what do I do when I don't know the intent at all, why these are incredibly valuable skills, and why I'm passionate about it, even though in the world of the internet it knows no nuance, that we should all just give up and have a revolution, but nobody really takes the lead on what that means and what that involves. Any economic system is vulnerable to a dictator. Any economic system can benefit some people and not others. And until culturally we realize the cultural ideas of what we reward as leadership, what we see as worthy of being followed and pursued, we are going to have these repeat problems. And this person says maybe there needs to be a training for nonprofits to weed out predators or something. I love doing organizational training, and I can tell you that they are only as effective as that you're going to actually implement what the training tells you to do. So ideally, yes, I could train on this. I could train on how to recognize red flags. But if I don't also help you, or if you don't implement what I help you with, to do a job analysis, to revamp your hiring and promotion systems to match what is actually going to benefit your organization and people, and not just what is a stereotype of leadership or what makes you feel good or what comes across as powerful and executive presence, then you're going to run into the same shit. Yes, we need to learn, and we need to have those educational opportunities, and we also need to implement what we learn. Everywhere needs good leadership, nonprofits, academia, etc. And all of these existing in the same culture are going to have similar issues until we address the cultural norms that allow for these systems, that guide what economic systems we have in place, what policies we have in place, what laws we have in place, how we interact with each other, and what we believe about ourselves.